time for the Sheriff Sit Down, presented by our great folks at our Community Credit Union. Morning, Spencer.
Good morning.
Great day here today. It's going to be sunny and 80 in the Sheriff Sit Down today. Mason County Sheriff Casey Salisbury, as well as we get a chance to meet Shane Schoenberg, who is working under Kevin Hansen at the Mason County Jail. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning.
Well, Sheriff, introduce us to Shane here.
Well, this is Lieutenant Shane Schoenberg. As you know, great day on Friday, as a matter of fact. He got promoted Friday. I thought what was neat about that was a very long-standing employee, Lieutenant Caston, had been with us for over 30 years, and was our most recent last lieutenant over there. And she had retired, and there's a whole bunch of processes in the promotional process to get in our agencies and law enforcement agencies to get promoted. And so Lieutenant Caston has been retired for a while, and we've been working through that process, through the testing process. And she was able to come out Friday and watch Shane be promoted to the rank of lieutenant. And we're really thrilled. Congrats. You can't see him, but Chief Hansen's with us today and sitting outside there. But it's thrilling for Chief Hansen, too, because you know, he's in a position where he can't really leave. Even when he's gone, he's still there.
Yeah.
And so you have a number two person to be able to make some of those decisions on the days when you're not there for you. And so we're really thrilled that Shane has come on with us.
Shane, tell us a little bit about your background, how you got to Mason County and the like.
So I went to St. Martin's University, got my degree in criminal justice there, and then got on at the jail in 2013 and been there ever since, kind of climbing the ladder.
That's great.
Pretty quick, yeah.
So what now with your new role, what some of the kind of day-to-day tasks, and then when Chief Hansen's gone, you're kind of overseeing the thing then, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Just kind of going over reports, making sure everything's being done appropriately, making sure staff's doing their job, that sort of stuff. We
talk a lot about the jail a lot here on the show and during the Sheriff's Sit Down, and so we're kind of familiar with how it's evolved over the last couple years, and then even since its opening back in the 80s. And so, you know, I don't know if exciting is the right word, but interesting times now as we're looking ahead to perhaps either partnering or working on our own jail situation. You can see some of those problems that we see there in the jail on a daily basis with the staffing and the shortages of spaces for folks.
Yes, it's improved tremendously since Chief Hansen's come on and put the booking restrictions, and the sheriff have put the booking restrictions in. I remember a time there we were, people in the day room everywhere, and it was chaos. Yeah, honestly. And now we have more control of our facility.
It makes you safer, makes the inmates safer, and
the public
well. Safer.
Yes.
What else is going on in the sheriff's office, Casey?
Well, it's been very busy. The weather being what it is, and we talked about this a lot, called the 70-degree rule when we started into the spring, and when that temperatures get up there, the campgrounds get full. There's people moving in and out of our county to go, commuting through, campers and trailers and things. And I don't know that I statistically know this, but it seems to me like we've had an awful lot more automobile collisions occurring, pretty serious things going on, and we just have a huge increase in the number of people. Sometimes we almost double maybe in population, and the Olympic National Forest is one of the most visited national forests in the country. People don't risk it. It's so open to be able to come into the national forest, and so we have people from all over rolling through the county, and it's really increased as the business for the deputies. I look at the screen at night, and we'll have 3 or 4 or 5 sometimes priority calls, which are requiring 2 deputies or more to respond. We can't cover that many at the same time. It's very, very busy for us. The city the same way. People coming down through town. You see in the afternoons the campers and trailers going northbound 3 and 101. So the weather has been it's been great, but it's sure been an increase for us.
It's a big week out at the State Patrol Academy for you.
Yes, I'm real thrilled about that program. It's called the Kiwanis Youth Law Enforcement Academy. This is a tough year. This is the first time in 16 years that I haven't been involved in it. I decided last year that it was time to. I had a great time, but it's getting to the time where somebody new needs to go in there, and I had a great time working with the kids coming through that want to be in law enforcement for all those years, and I kind of got into it one year. I asked to do that many, many years ago because they didn't have enough troopers at the time, and they needed somebody like that night to come out and sit on the academy. And so they called me, and I went out, and did it for 16 years, along with Trooper Rob Taylor. We were the longest ones to ever do that, but it's kind of time to let somebody else have fun with that. The kids will be going through this week. They'll be driving cars. They'll be doing firearms. They'll be going in the water with the dive teams. They'll actually put on equipment and go through all the different things with the troopers, the deputies, and the city officers that are doing that training class for a week.
So then the kids at the end of this week, they have a little better sense of the profession of law enforcement. How many do you know over the years have moved on in law enforcement, either in Mason County or within Shelton or across the state?
Well, I tell you, that's the thrill in it. It was like I taught school at one time too, and the thrill of that and the joy of that is that years later, these people that you had in there as kids, all of a sudden you make a traffic stop. One of the first ones I had was in Grays Harbor. I was assisting on traffic stop, saw a trooper out, and I just stopped and see how the trooper's doing. And the kid, actually the trooper, turns around and comes back and is one of the kids from our class. We had him as a 10th grader. And now I see dozens of kids that I know throughout the state of Washington and other states and at federal level and everything else that went through that academy. Now, the story of this is, and I don't know if we actually measured all the way through, but this has been going on for about 36 years, 37 years. The 87% of the kids or better become involved on the good side of law enforcement in the system somewhere.
Wow.
That have completed that, which means not just law enforcement, but they do some type of counseling. They become involved in corrections, something like that. But it is amazing the number of kids that have gone through that training class that end up in law enforcement.
It's huge. Yeah.
It's huge. So it's a great program. If you get a chance, go out this week and you can watch a kids in classroom.
Things.
One of the judges, I don't know if I say her name correctly, is Pleja or something. She's been out there for years and never get the name right. She comes out and does a couple-hour section on the court and sets up a courtroom for the kids and goes through everything. The FBI comes out and does a training. I didn't see the schedule this year, but the FBI has been out and done crime scene investigation, wildlife, fish and game, FBI, state, county, cities, all different parts of law enforcement. It is really something to see.
So Shane, you went to St. Martin's. Did you always have a sense that you wanted to be in law enforcement, even from before that?
Yeah, that's kind of the reason I chose St. Martin's, because they had a criminal justice program along with baseball. I played college baseball there for 4 years.
Oh, fun. Good.
Yeah. Yep. So that was kind of a must-have for selecting a school.
Are you from around here?
From Eastern Washington,
Okay.
Tri-City area.
Yeah, nice. Well, welcome and congratulations on the promotion.
Yeah,
That's
thank
pretty
you.
cool stuff. Sheriff Sit Down this week and every week, presented by our great friends at Our Community Credit Union. It's